Hi everybody, welcome to Lunch with the Cardinals for a Monday morning, the 16th day of April 2012. Our show is brought to you by Hillcrest Thrift Store. As with most Monday mornings, a lot of stuff to catch up on over the weekend. Let's start with track and field at home this weekend for the only time this year. Saturday, the Darrel Gourley Open here at Jewel. And good news, the home team wins both the men's and the women's team titles in this year's event. Here are some of the highlights from the track meet on Saturday, followed up with some interviews afterwards.
Come on, D. Go, go!
Let's roll them on. It's a great race. Great finish.
Yeah, the 4x4 with it was just parking us really up in the front, and Logan started off good and had a good finish, and I just took it and did the best I could with the weather conditions because it was starting to get a little rainy and nasty, but we finished strong with Kyle Gillette the third leg, and then Chris Speed finished off with a good kick, and we ended up getting first. It was a good day.
There were a lot of areas where we could have performed a lot better, but I think on the men's side, we're still waiting for the men's hammer and the women's discus to be scored, but I think that we walked away with a victory on both sides, and so I'm happy about that, happy with the way that my athletes competed.
I ran the 100-meter dash, ran 100 and 200, and the 4x1. 4x1 we had a bad handoff. I really didn't get the handoff to Clint Eddier, but it happened.
Other things going on over the weekend. Tennis had a nice weekend, Friday and Saturday. On Friday, tennis was at Illinois Springfield, and they swept both the women's and the men's by 9-0 scores. As they then moved on to Quincy on Saturday, they had to move the events indoors because of bad weather and decided they would play to the first team that wins 5 matches. The women win 5-1, and the men win 5-0. So a pretty good weekend for the women's team and the men's team in tennis, although head coach Paul Worstel was not able to be there due to illness. Baseball and softball, they were on the road this weekend, and each team was rained out one day of their 2-day weekend trip. Let's start with softball. They were rained out on Saturday against Maryville with no makeup date scheduled at this point. And then on Sunday, they did get a chance to play against Unsel, and they split the doubleheader there, winning 4-1 as Taylor Brown hit a home run and Maria Buckingham was the winning pitcher. In Game 2, an 11-3 loss to the Tritons. Amanda Storm took the loss there. Rockhurst will be the next opponent for the Cardinals. They're at home to host the doubleheader on Wednesday afternoon. Baseball also had a pair of doubleheaders. They were at Drury this weekend. They had a chance to play on Saturday, losing the first game 10-7 behind Drew Matrician. He was tagged with the loss. Willie Gable had a couple of RBI for the Cardinals in the first game, and Clark O'Dowd also drove in a run in that loss. In the second game, though, the Cardinals bounced back with a 6-2 win. They snap a 9-game Drury winning streak. Brian Razin hits a home run and had 3 runs knocked in during the game, and David Collins was the winning pitcher against Drury on Saturday. Sunday, though, the weather set in. No games played on Sunday, and no makeup date has been announced. The Cardinals face Rockhurst at home also Wednesday, just like softball. They will play at noon on Wednesday. And that's a brief wrap-up of what happened this weekend. Lunch with the Cardinals is brought to you by Hillcrest Thrift Store in Liberty. We'll be back tomorrow with more Lunch with the Cardinals.